The next aspects we will touch here, it's the ascending through the koshas. So if you think about what is yoga, apart from what you understand about yoga, if you only understand it's on the level, let's release the body, making the body more beautiful, flexible, strong, healthier. A lot of people start practice yoga because first thing that the yoga does, is start bringing you a little bit more health into your presence in your mind and health in the body. Yeah. But this is the, as I always say, it's the byproduct of the yoga practice. The main aim, goal, and what we're trying to do in yoga is to master those bodies so we can get into our higher transcendent states with our own will in this life. Not just by some kind of accident or when we already live in this body, we're going into the higher realms, but we can do it here right now. And we're not gaining this as some kind of knowledge that coming from within. We have to learn to like a skill, and we're getting there as a yogi practitioner. We just are trying to remember ourselves as we used to do. That's how it's been described, and that's how we approach in the yoga practice. So whatever you do there on the mat and in your practice, in your everyday life, you're coming back to yourself slowly. Yeah? And by doing this, you're getting into this higher levels, higher koshas, and you get more conscious and realized and coming back to your high self where you are yourself, you're happy, you're present, you don't move from one place to other when you don't understand what you're supposed to do or why, and you don't understand how this world works. Many people like that, they're like, oh, there's so much suffering, there's no God in this world, all these kind of things which coming not from being understanding who you are first. So that's what we're doing in yoga. We're coming back to ourselves to understand who we are, why we're here, and what is our dharma, what is our purpose of being here in this moment, in this body right now. And here it's explaining ascending through the koshas as a yoga practice. The aim of a yoga aspirant is to attain high level of consciousness by piercing through koshas after kosha after kosha. Yeah? Moving from body to the body. All yogic practices facilitating this aim. Shatkarmas, for example, directly influence Annamaya kosha and allow their consciousness to penetrate the next level, pranamaya kosha. Shatkarmas, when we do cleansing practices, for example, when I wash my nostrils and I do my morning drinking a lot of water and cleansing my digestive tract practice. So I'm directly implied to my physical body, and through that I awaken my energy prana body. So we're freeing and the flow of the prana. That's what exactly we're doing. We're kind of washing through our blockages in our pipes. Yeah. The asanas have a similar influence. They clear the blockages in the Annamaya kosha in your physical body, and as a consequence, influence the pranayama kosha. That's what I talked before. As one advances in one practice of asana, the range of this influence becomes subtle, and the pranayama kosha is more directly influenced. Pranamaya practices influence pranamaya kosha and indirectly affect manamaya kosha, so your mind world, so next body. So that's what we're doing. Purification of the first three sheaths opens the door to the fourth sheath, Vijnanamaya kosha, the sheath of intuition. How and when Anandamaya kosha is penetrating, however, remains a mystery. It's very high self. It might come to you straight away or after prolonged practices. And all this so depends on where you practice, your state of mind, where you are, what your past experience, what is your karmic relationship, so how much you accumulated this blockages within the body. You might be not aware that it's Buddhist. It will be on some subtle level, as it says here, not just in the physical, just the last representation of something happening, some blockages within your energy, prana, or manamaya kosha, or somewhere else. And you can see a lot of people, I see, especially through this many students or people who come for help through yoga therapy, they have something bothering them on this mind state, manamaya kosha, and then it's affecting, of course, the energies that depleting or going away in some aspects too much, losing the energy in some aspects, and as a result, the physical body suffers. Yeah, of course. Or somebody doing something physically repetitively, and by doing this, they changing the energy body, pranamaya, and it's changed the mind. So it's a two-way road here. Yeah? Nevertheless, the 5 sheaths are interlinked, and what happened in one affect the other. The activation of pranic force leads to the development of healing abilities so that energy can be used to repair the wounds of life. Purification of Annamaya kosha results in clarity of thought and balanced expression of emotions and ego. There is a better understanding of different conditions and situations, and greater creativity in the realms of buddhi, intellect, and kriya action. That's kind of summarize what I say. You're changing understanding of the world as well, just through your asanas of yoga, aware you of it or not. And often we have this imposed on us thoughts or ideas which blockade our mind, and as a result we're suffering physically, energetically. Yeah? You can understand how it works. For example, I read the book and I understand, okay, so the world is everything I experience in my life. It will be the reaction to my actions in the past, or it will be something that I need right now to progress, to step over, to let it go. You can mentally understand it, but not feel it throughout physically. Your body will still resist through emotions, through fears, through disease, or not enough energy or too much energy directed to the wrong cause. And that's why the yoga comes from, because here you cannot just have one or just understanding and everything gonna work out, or just I physically work on my body and everything gonna fall into place. No, you have to approach very holistically and together. When Annamaya and pranayama are cleansed, there is no longer any barrier between them and Vijnanamaya. So physical and energy body we cleanse. We can do it physically as well through the practices. And shatkarmas, 7 shatkarmas in yoga directed to that, and the mind will become clearer as well as a result. Mind, body, and energy can work in union, and that's what will come to bring you to Vijnanamaya kosha. When the psychic sheath is accessed, concentration becomes refined and the deeper mind comes to the surface. The psychic experiences and extrasensory perception manifest, and deep-rooted samskaras are purged. So samskaras is this impressions that accumulated through these or past life, or when your mother was pregnant with you, or through sometimes when you're unaware you collected some impression. Like I was asleep, for example, and something happened, but I heard it, and it been imprinted in my mind and caused a fear for the rest of my life. Or something happened when you were a child and you don't remember that, but doesn't mean it didn't happen. Or we did something in the past life and it's affecting us here. We bring all this baggage with us here. So we call it samskaras. And to the kind of absolute aim of the yoga, we're trying to cleanse slowly from this, untighten these knots, so we become pure central ourselves with just pure existence without all this interconnections, thoughts in the mind, which confuses us and want us to do something we don't need to do, yeah? Not what we truly want. So deep-rooted samskaras start releasing this level, and Vijnanamaya kosha is cleared, creativity becomes inspired, and clarity comes intuitively and effortlessly. At this stage, the mind is actually and truly being emptied and prepared to experience Anandamaya kosha. And here it shows you that we're kind of moving from body to body. And of course, it depends on where you are energetically or through your life experience. Some people straight away very easy go to this high levels of themselves. They might not even aware of it or aware of it. Often it's start coming in your childhood. But some people, as I say, they might spend years and years work with the physical and pranamaya body. Some people can sit with me in a class and they straight away feel the energy, the prana. They can move the prana. They can straight away kind of feel them, direct the chakras, feel them, and feel the rise of energy and stuff like that. But for some people, take longer. So there's no like it's good or bad. Somebody's more experienced or not. No, some person can never done yoga in their life and they will sit and straight away do it. And some people can spend a lot of time traveling with a lot of gurus and go to different ashrams, and it'll take longer for them. So it doesn't matter where you are, how it works with you. And I will advise the more focusing on this cleansing process to start with. You're going to kickstart your practice. The process of gradual ascent through the koshas may be reversed. In this case, the experience of Anandamaya kosha brings about purification at all the other levels. And this is what we talked about. So we we can affect through the physical body. I can affect my pranic body or mind body, yeah? In reverse. But to do reverse, you need to be a little bit more sophisticated, and it might seem like somebody possessing some healing abilities, but it's just they a little bit more experienced and they working from other direction. So there's not one way to do it. Kosha consciousness, the yogic practice that one selects, should be based on the major koshas in which the consciousness rests. The different levels of consciousness represented by the kosha related to: first, body; second, life; third, mind; psyche; the fourth, and to the self, with capital S, self, yes, higher self. Each practitioner belongs to one realm predominantly among the 5 levels of consciousness based on the state of evolution. And that's what I said. If the consciousness is mainly in Annamaya kosha, one will identify strongly with the body, as many people who practice, for example, hedonism do. Yeah? You know, this practice when people trying to indulge themselves through tastes or sophisticated living condition, and it's they do it through the, like, for example, physical body. Yeah? If the consciousness is in Manamaya kosha, one will identify with the analytical mind. So some people absolutely love to analyze, experience complicated thoughts. Philosophers are usually those type of people. When the consciousness has evolved to the level of Vijnanamaya kosha, whereas the tamasic and rajasic tendencies are reduced, there is a clarity of cognition based on the intuitive intelligence. Here all experience are seen in the light of the psychic and assume a deeper significance than in it is apparent. So these people kind of start seeing the underlying problem release or reason behind the things. Yeah? In the dimension, one begins to experience the subtly expressive nature of higher consciousness. One who identifies with Anandamaya kosha is a yogi. He has evolved to the spiritual realm where all experience are spiritual experience. And it's the high level. The more you kind of gradually moving through these koshas, the happier you become. Even though it seems like if I'm a hedonism, for example, and I'm indulging my physical body presence in this mind, sometimes mental, thinking that I'm good because I'm better than somebody, it will be deep underlying, a very strong sense of unhappiness, which you might not think it's there, but it is there. And this will come from not being satisfied fully as the human being, as the developed human being, on a spiritual level. So you're just covering one of the aspects of yourself as a physical, for example, or energetic, for example. I do a lot of pranayams, I have a lot of prana, but I do not apply it to my spiritual higher self. And it might not look like, but it will cause you a big, maybe depression or unrealization as a whole human being. One's experiences in life indicate the realm of consciousness to which one has evolved. Time spent on each limb of yoga will vary from individual to individual depending on the kind of blockages and the level of evolution one has attained. And that's what I said. Some people can spend years of trying to master the asanas, trying to start feeling the prana body. And some people doing pranayamas when they were children, not even aware of it. They could feel the energy rising, descending, and control it or heal something with it. Expert guidance is essential. And that's very important because we're trying to balance everything out. You might have one aspect very developed. For example, my kosha very developed, but your physical is not as much, or spiritual, and it's very good, it's advanced, but it might cause you problems again, because in yoga we're trying to balance everything out. Yeah? Perception of prana in different koshas, and here just listed, it's the last paragraph for this chapter, how we experience different koshas. So the aim of the practitioner who focused on pranayama and pranavidya is to work with the pranayama koshas until the activation and perception of prana become subtle enough to penetrate the other koshas. The techniques of prana vidya train one to perceive and experience prana directly at different levels of subtlety. After the awakening of prana, its flow, form, color, and quality are experienced at all levels. And that's what we talk about. You'll physically feel it in the body. You can start directing it in the body. You will see the color. It will appear to you the color. You will see the color maybe of other people aspects, energetic aspects. Quality in prana, and we talked about this about the chakras, all these different qualities or different levels of yourself that come to you with different pranas. Yeah, we also have different pranas, more cooling pranas, more energizing pranas, descending, ascending pranas, and so on. At the level of Annamaya kosha, prana is experienced in the form of nervous energy. The awareness of prana shaktis on the other sheaths develops through pratyahara or sensory withdrawal, by the translating the gross body and external environment. The perception of prana in Vijnanamaya kosha can be compared to the house at night with the light switched on. The quality and luminosity of that light depends on the purity of the mind. Some people experience Vijnanamaya kosha as a sheet of light, having a shape and form, others as light emanating psychically from a central source. They say it's like a light in a dark room house. Depends on your level of this, you will experience differently. A systematic and sustained period of practice at the level of Vijnanamaya opens the door to Vijnanamaya kosha. The inner visions, smells, sounds, and sights perceived in deeper states of meditation are the manifestation of prana in Vijnanamaya kosha. The first glimpse of the psychic experience, however, does not indicate that the practices have borne fruit or can be dispensed with. As the koshas begin to function more coherently, a slight nudge here may cause a little experience there. So we just have to keep practicing, it says here, to get this, achieve the high levels. In fact, once Vijnanamaya kosha is unlocked, the sadhana requires maximum effort and attention on the part of the aspirant. It is possible to wander endlessly in its realms. So fast it is sculpted and so fascinating in absorbing its stuff. And the last kosha, Anandamaya koshas, moment when everything appears luminous. One may have visions of a luminous Shivangam or such like, or somebody see the feet of the saints and so on. However, this too is a relative experience. For one truly abides in Ananda only when the entire mind stuff has been purged. So when we work through all the Samskaras, purify ourselves fully, we are fully established in Ananda. The aim of the practices at this level is to clean the state completely. Swami Satyananda once said, a yoga practitioner may have a developed Vijnanamaya kosha, but one who has achieved the result of yoga rests in Anandamaya kosha. The enlightened yogi is in fact able to experience a sixth kosha, the Atmamaya kosha. This is the state where complete union with the higher self is lived, and one begins to perceive the entire world as an emanation of beauty, contentment, joy, and truth. One who abides in Atmamaya kosha is recognized as Siddha, a perfect being. Hari Om. See you next time.